The image of the beast used by the false prophet is one significant variable that lots of people are not considering, and it's coming with a fury. Folks, you're not going to believe this. I'm looking at an article in Breitbart that says, learn to code. Google wants corporate media to use AI for news articles. Yes, folks, you're not going to believe this. Let me read this to you and brace yourself because some commentary on this is coming in just a second. It says this: Google is currently testing an AI tool known as Genesis that aims to allow corporate media to generate news stories. The woke Silicon Valley giant could have invented the only way some publishers could add even more leftist slant to their newsrooms. It goes on to say the New York Times reports that Google's Genesis, an AI tool currently under testing, is being pitched as a personal assistant for journalists. The tool has been demonstrated to executives at prominent news organizations, including the New York Times, the Washington Post, and News Corp, the owner of the Wall Street Journal. Google spokesperson Jen Kreider clarified the role of Genesis in a statement. This is what she says: in partnership with news publishers, especially smaller publishers, we're in the earliest stages of exploring ideas to potentially provide AI-enabled tools to help their journalists with their work. Folks, I want you to understand something that the Bible tells us. The Bible makes this very, very clear in Revelation 13. The Bible talks to us about a man who will set himself up in the temple, the final Antichrist, and he will demand to be worshiped. And he will have a false prophet that will be working on his behalf, seeking to make an appeal to those without a secular mind, even though they're all going to be secularists, to get them to be able to see value in worshiping this final Antichrist through manipulating an image that will be animated in ways to cause people to actually worship the beast. Folks, understand this and make no mistake about it. AI is undoubtedly going to be a part of it. And what we are seeing happening with this proposal for the use of this AI is absolutely scary, because what it means is AI is now going to be used to manipulate how you receive information about real events that are taking place in the world around you. And if AI can actually be harnessed in a way that so very quickly, using a series of algorithmic functions, get a hold of your mind and tag the portions of your emotion that are the most vulnerable to certain types of words and certain types of ideas and thoughts, they will undoubtedly use this technology to take your focus away from the things that are true. It's all about the manipulation of minds in a whole series of all kinds of insane mass psychosis formation type nonsense. And folks, understand this. This is one example of many of the kind of tools that are out there that the enemy is going to gladly use to deceive the people around him so that they will fall for the very things that he is demanding of them. By the way, it's really interesting. When you read Revelation 13, it becomes very obvious that people are not going to be reluctantly taking the mark of the beast. They're going to be excited about taking the mark of the beast, so much so that in Revelation chapter 14, we read about an angel that God is going to send to warn people to not take the mark of the beast. Basically tell them, you take the mark of the beast and you're cooked. And yet the Bible tells us people will still gladly take it and will literally pledge their allegiance to Satan. Folks, this is crazy. And we are undoubtedly in this world right now. We are moving in this direction. All of the evidence around us is becoming more and more obvious. Christ could come at any moment. Let's not forget it, folks.